From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Tuesday morning. Hope everyone out there had a good Cinco de Mayo yesterday. The weather was beautiful, and we'll have more beautiful weather on tap for today. Right now, you're taking a live, beautiful look at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Bi-Mart. We'll have plenty of sunshine out there for today. Temperatures are, still kind of where we were at yesterday morning, 30s and 40s for lower elevations, but too warm to have to break out the ice scraper, although it might be that cold up in the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains as we're seeing 20s, 30s and 40s, 30s and 40s up in the Cascades as well. Here's your day planner for today for lower elevations. Going to be into the 60s and 70s as soon as lunchtime and up into the mid to upper 70s as we get to the peak of daytime heating. Will end up being a few degrees warmer than normal for May 6th. And here's the bottom line for the forecast. Forecast going to stay mostly dry through Saturday, although we will have a chance at some showers and thunderstorms Wednesday evening. Highs are going to mostly stay either normal or above average for this time of the year. We have another round of some very strong winds to deal with Wednesday afternoon and evening, especially for the Kittitas Valley and on US 97 at Salinas Pass. I'll touch on all these points coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, a dramatic scene on a river in Benton County, how a rescue team member needed to be rescued.
And it's small, it's sneaky, and it's not supposed to be here. We have more on the invasive crab species that was just discovered in the Columbia River.
And big changes coming to Big Tents, why some animals are now banned from Washington circuses. It's all on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jade Elliott. It is Tuesday, May 6th. Of course, we have our hot takes on the Met Gala from last night.
Yes, we do.
We'll be talking about the fashion from last night's big event. But of course, big news to start with this morning. Out of Benton County, this is where a local firefighter was out rescuing people and then needed to be rescued himself.
That's right. This happened yesterday afternoon on the Yakima River at Wanawish Dam, and officials say that Benton County Fire Districts 2 and 4 had successfully rescued 2 kayakers who were caught in the dam's undercurrent. But during that rescue, the fire boat became trapped in the current.
Scary situation. Benton County Sheriff's Office deployed a jet boat to help rescue the stranded firefighter. Officials say everyone is safe, and at last check, everyone will be okay. Efforts to recover the fire rescue vessel were underway to try to get that back out.
And now to the Columbia River, where a surprising catch has wildlife officials on high alert. The Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife says a Chinese mitten crab, an invasive species, was caught near Tongue Point in the central part of the state. Now, this marks the first confirmed sighting of the species in the Pacific Northwest, and officials believe it may have been illegally released. The crabs are banned in the United States and have a history of damaging ecosystems as well as infrastructure.
5:03 and moving to Kennewick now, where the skyline isn't the only thing rising. A new fire station with a lot of developments and costly fees are all in the pipeline, specifically in the rapidly growing Southridge neighborhood.
That's right. And while some see these fees as a fair way to support new growth, others disagree. Our very own Dan Hansen has more on the story.
If you've driven through Southridge lately, you've probably seen a lot of construction and coming soon signs. What's also coming soon is a new fire station and some hefty impact fees that developers are being asked to foot the bill for. The Kennewick City Council just approved a new fee schedule tied to fire services, part of a plan to keep emergency response times fast. As Southridge continues to boom, think 3,500 homes, nearly 2,000 apartments, and over 1 million square feet of commercial space, all expected within the next 2 decades.
We are leading the way in the Tri-Cities with what we do with our city and how we do things and the quick turnaround time. And yet we are still some of the least expensive.
The pushback could come later, though. The new fire impact fees, not exactly pocket change. A residential care facility, for instance, would pay almost $7,000 per bed. That's about $350,000 for a 50-bed facility. Even a typical 200-home subdivision racks up more than $200,000 in fees. Now, the idea here is fairness, making sure the new developments cover their own emergency services instead of leaning on longtime residents and taxpayers. But some council members say these fees are just too steep, especially when other financing options exist.
Personal opinion, I view impact fees as a failure to plan ahead.
The council was split, voting 5-2 in favor of the fee system and narrowly passing the actual rates 4-3. But don't expect these numbers to stay the same forever.
What we would do is we would then amend the ordinance to expand the boundary to the city as a whole and then update the resolution for a new fee schedule.
The new Station 6 will cost around $15 million to build and equip, with the city using a mix of bonds, existing revenue, and yes, these new fees to pay for it. If all goes according to plan, fire crews will be answering calls right as demand is expected to hit 1,000 calls a year in this area alone. So for now, Southridge developers are on the hook. As to whether those costs trickle down to home buyers, that's still the topic of debate. Reporting in Kennewick, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Dan, thanks for that update. 5:06 now, and in northern Oregon, with summer right around the corner, the Milton-Freewater Rural Fire Department and EMS are now asking residents if they are covered with a rural fire contract. Now, if not, they're asking you to call 541-938-7146, that number right there on your screen. And they want you to call as soon as possible. The subscription-based agreement provides services to rural property owners. Without a contract, the cost of services can be a lot higher. Firefighters say the support is appreciated and needed.
In Yakima now, new details are emerging after a fiery crash claimed the life of a young man and left 3 others injured. Police say early on Sunday morning they responded to a crash near River Road and Fruitvale Boulevard. Upon arrival, responders say they found a car upside down and on fire. Officials tell us 4 20-year-old men were inside, and unfortunately, one passed away at the scene. Police believe the car was speeding, lost control around a curve, left the road, and rolled multiple times before coming to a rest on its roof, where it immediately caught fire. The other 3 were taken to a Seattle hospital, the driver for critical burns and another with serious back injuries.
And staying in Yakima, officials are now saying that the ongoing landslide activity at Rattlesnake Ridge serves no immediate threat. Authorities say Interstate 82, nearby homes, and the Yakima River are safe for now, although they will continue to monitor the movement on the west flank of the ridge. It comes after a 400-foot tall, 300-foot wide debris slide was spotted last Sunday, blocking a part of the road, and it actually closed Thorpe Road down.
Yakima County Sheriff's Office went out to investigate. They contacted my office. I went out there. And it looks like we have some slide. It came down on the Thorpe Road, which is closed, been closed since the slide started. And not a lot, but enough to cover partial across the road. No threat to I-82 or any of the homes in that area.
This week, an inspection was done by county and WSDOT engineers. The initial landslide on Rattlesnake Ridge was identified in October of 2017, prompting Yakima County to close Thorpe Road adjacent to that area.
Heading to Pasco, where another candidate is making her intentions clear, District 6 Councilmember Melissa Blaisdell is running for re-election. Blaisdell, who took office in October of last year, says she's focusing on improving public safety and making sure that police, fire, and EMS crews have what they need to do their jobs. Born and raised in Pasco, she also says she's proud to serve her hometown and hopes to continue giving back to her community.
Just to give back to the community and serve and do the right thing so every citizen in Pasco can enjoy raising their family and to have a great place to live.
Blaisdell is currently a part of Pasco PD's Citizens Academy, which she joined to know that the community or know what the community needs when it comes to safety.
And a new law is cracking down on circus animal acts in Washington. Governor Bob Ferguson has signed Senate Bill 5065, banning the use of certain animals in traveling circuses. Those animals include elephants, bears, wild cats, and primates. The law goes into effect July 2025 and applies to any animal transported into the state by truck, trailer, or train. Violators could face up to $5,000 in fines and nearly a year in jail for breaking the new rules.
Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, tariffs, trade, and tension. That's what's at stake as Canada's Prime Minister is set to meet with President Trump today at the nation's capital. We have all the details on the meeting coming up in your national news.
But first, giving you a beautiful live look outside this morning from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. When we come back, we'll check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth in your First Alert forecast. It's 10 minutes after 5.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
Got a birthday coming up, celebrating a big win, or just want to gather the crew for a pizza and a good time? For decades, Hubby's Pizza has been the go-to spot for family, friends, and fun. Reserve your table and bring the whole gang. Kids, family, teammates, whoever loves great pizza and good vibes. Dig into your favorite pizza, hit up the fresh salad bar, and let the kids have a blast in the arcade. And if the party's at your place, no problem. Hubby's now delivers through Grubhub and DoorDash. A community tradition, a place to celebrate. Acquire the Hubby's habit today.
Discover the joy of music with a new Yamaha piano from Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos, where elegance meets opportunity. For a limited time, enjoy 24 months of 0% financing on qualified new Yamaha pianos. From timeless grands to cutting-edge digitals, Yamaha delivers beauty, precision, and playability. Visit Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos in the Uptown Shopping Center in Richland, or call 509-567-3113. Life's more fun when you know how to play.
I'm Eduardo Morfin. Morfin Law Firm thanks you for 5 years of support. Remember, when choosing an attorney, select a local attorney that supports your local community.
Did you know Tri-City Lumber Company isn't just for contractors? We're your local source for decking, railing, hardware, and more, open to everyone. For over 30 years, DIYers and homeowners have trusted us for quality materials and expert one-on-one advice. Now, under new ownership, we're making it even easier to shop local and build better. Skip the big box stores. Visit Tri-City Lumber today on Clearwater and Kennewick, or call us at 509-783-3322 today.
Spring is calling. Are you ready? At Queensgate Gardens in Richland, adventure starts in your own backyard. From lush hanging baskets to vibrant landscape flowers and garden starts, we've got everything to make your space bloom. Let's grow something amazing. Queensgate Gardens in Richland, where adventure grows.
What happened? Double homicide. I need you two to get over to Bradford County. The sheriff is Caleb Roussard. He did not ask for our assistance, and you will not be welcome.
You point that thing in my face?
I'll point this wherever I damn please.
New Will Trapped, tonight on ABC.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, Stacey Lee Weather. Apple Valley News Now on your side. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Again, yesterday it was a fantastic day to be outside. Today it's going to be just the same. Although this morning it is chilly out there, 40s and 30s in Kittitas County, 33 degrees in Cle Elum, so technically 1 degree above freezing. In the Yakima Valley, we're spanning from 37 to 47, 37 for Yakima, 47 up the road in Sela. And then in the lower Columbia Basin, these temperatures spanning from 37 to 46, 37 for Hermiston, 46 up towards the Hanford site, 37 in the Tri-Cities. Then in the Blue Foothills, low to mid 40s, 20s, 30s, and 40s for the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. So places like Meacham, Ukiah, Cabbage Hill, that's where maybe you would have to break out the ice scraper for this morning. Here's your coatcast for today for the Tri-Cities. Light jacket stuff for this morning. It's going to be more t-shirt weather by the time we get to lunchtime. And after that, as we'll have highs that'll end up being a few degrees above average for May 6th. So that means mid 70s in the Kittitas Valley and the Blue Foothills, upper 70s in the Yakima Valley and the lower Columbia Basin. Will be very close to touching 80 degrees. Will be even warmer for tomorrow, and then temperatures go down pretty dramatically into Thursday as we have a cold front that's going to move through. And with that will come some very strong wind gusts for tomorrow, specifically tomorrow afternoon and evening, especially once again, you guessed it, in the Kittitas Valley. So I'll show you just how strong some of those wind gusts could be coming up in a few minutes.
Josh, thanks so much. It is 5:14 in your national headlines this morning. The Canadian Prime Minister is in D.C. today to meet with President Trump. It's a tradition for that country's leader to travel to the U.S. first after being elected.
And this visit follows recent tariff moves on both sides. Amy Kiley reports that many observers hope today's meeting will de-escalate trade tensions between the two countries.
I think it's going to be a fascinating meeting.
Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney is meeting with President Donald Trump at the White House today. Many investors and business owners on both sides of the border are hoping for a trade deal.
I'm not sure what he wants to see me about, but I guess he wants to make a deal.
Under Trump's executive orders, the U.S. now charges 25% tariffs for importing Canadian steel, aluminum, vehicles, and non-exempt auto parts. That's also true for anything non-compliant with the U.S.-Mexico-Canada trade agreement. Trump is threatening duties on pharmaceuticals, lumber, and the film industry. He says he doesn't want a trade deficit between the countries.
We don't need their cars, we don't need their lumber, we don't need their energy, we don't need anything.
In response, Canada now charges retaliatory duties on some U.S. exports. Many economists say tariffs are inflationary. They say U.S. businesses that pay them on imports are likely to pass on some or all of the costs to American consumers. That means higher prices.
Most people walking through it are saying this is one part ancient economics, almost a mercantile America, and at another part made up ideas where maybe down the road we'll get some clarity.
Carney is a former central banker who campaigned on standing up to Trump.
America wants our land, our resources, our water, our country. Never.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
I don't think it'll be a boring visit by any means. We'll keep a close eye on it. The meeting also comes as President Trump is reiterating his desire to make Canada a U.S. state.
And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Josh will have how your weather is looking for the week. That's coming up in his first alert weather forecast, and that is right after the break.
It's time for the $9.99 Great Haircut Sale at Great Clips. Your chance to get a great haircut at a limited time price. Save time when you check in on our app. But hurry, the sale ends soon. The Great Haircut Sale at Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
Welcome to Pasco, where we are building a community rooted in culture. Check out the Farmers Market downtown at Peanuts Park, Saturdays from May through October. Taste something new at one of our diverse local restaurants, the Pasco Specialty Kitchen vendor windows, or our growing food truck scene. And enjoy the natural beauty of our waterfront parks and the Sacagawea Heritage Trail. Shop small, explore local, and experience the spirit of Pasco. Naturally transformative.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Hi there, I'm Stacy Lee, and it's time again for the Great American Flag Swap. Bring your worn or tattered U.S. flag to Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking in Kennewick, May 20th, and swap it for a brand new Made in the USA American flag as we celebrate America.
At Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking, we take pride in honoring the American flag. As Memorial Day approaches, we remember those who have served for our country. Our commitment to quality craftsmanship, superior service, and community support is a reflection of our love for this great nation. Join us this Memorial Day in honoring those who serve.
Hey, your homework done?
Yep.
Hey, is your homework done?
This kind of is homework. So, what do you think?
I'm so proud of you. Can I play some more?
Is all your work done?
Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. Each time you play, you're helping students statewide.
It's time for the $9.99 Great Haircut Sale at Great Clips. Your chance to get a great haircut at a limited time price. Save time when you check in on our app. But hurry, the sale ends soon. The Great Haircut Sale at Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Yesterday was a beautiful spring day, and we'll have more of the same for today with sunny to mostly sunny skies and high temperatures that'll be a few degrees above average for the 6th of May. So that means 70s, maybe even some very low 80s for lower elevations, and then 50s and 60s up in the mountains. The breezes for today will mostly be out of the southeast or northeast, just kind of depending on your microclimate, except for in the blues and the blue foothills. Wind's going to be pretty light there. And the breezes that we do have aren't going to be too spectacular. Peak gusts between 15 to 25 miles per hour. Then for tonight, still clear to mostly clear skies. Overnight lows are starting to get a little bit milder at this point. 40s for lower elevations, 30s and 40s up in the mountains. And then as we head into tomorrow, we're going to deal with another round of winds, this time 2 p.m. to 2 in the morning. So Wednesday, 2 p.m. to, that would be 2 in the morning for Thursday. You get the gist. Anyway, these peak wind gusts could be up around 50 to 55 miles per hour, specifically for US 97 at Salish Pass and also for the Kittitas Valley. But really across the board, we'll have some breezy to windy conditions. And that's going to come along with a storm system that could bring us some shower chances. We'll put this into motion with Futurecast radar. This is 5 p.m. This is when we start to see some showers lining up along the Cascade Ridgeline. It looks like the Cascades are going to eat up much of this moisture, although I do think Futurecast is underselling the shower and thunderstorm potential for the valleys, for the basin, for the foothills and the blues. In these regions, it's going to be about a 10 to 30% chance, with the best chances of thunderstorms being in the blue foothills and in the blue mountains. In general, this is going to be a very dry 7-day forecast up until Sunday and Monday. Looks like our weather becomes a little bit more unsettled at that point. And high temperatures just really doing this up and down dance over the next 7 days. Will be about 10-ish degrees warmer than normal for Wednesday, back down to seasonal stuff. We'll warm it up again into Saturday and then back down to more seasonal stuff by the beginning of next week. Here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. A dry forecast ahead with fluctuating high temperatures. Our warmest days again will be Wednesday and Saturday. In Yakima, windy for Wednesday, then calmer for Thursday and Friday. More breezes expected this weekend. In Ellensburg, another round of strong winds for Wednesday afternoon and evening. Looks like more of that could be in store for Sunday and Monday. Then in Hermiston, we'll keep the forecast warm and dry through Saturday. Then some leftover shower chances could creep back in for Sunday and Monday. Then for Walla Walla, sunshine in 70s and 80s through Saturday, trending cooler with shower and thunderstorm chances going up Sunday and Monday.
Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, the fashion, the flair, and some real head turners. Hello. We are excited about this. It's our Met Gala scoreboard. We're going to break it all down for you. It's coming up in your entertainment headlines right after the break. It's 5:22.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
Did you know Astria Health has the only team of neurosurgeons in the Lower Valley? Patients no longer need to travel long distances to receive the spine care they need. Patients with spinal tumors, stenosis, herniated or degenerative disc diseases, spine trauma, fractures, or spinal cord injury can be seen by an Astria neurosurgeon in Prosser, Sunnyside, or Zillah. Ask your primary care provider for a referral to one of our neurosurgeons. Astria Health, exceptional rural health care close to home.
Looking for the perfect spot to relax? Welcome to Hoops, your new favorite restaurant and bar, where the vibe is clean, the food is delicious, and the staff always friendly. Whether you're in for a night of trivia, a round of pool, darts, dancing, pull tabs, or karaoke, Hoops has it all. Great food, great people, Hoops, where every night is a great experience. Hoops Bar. Stop by today for your next great night out.
Hi, I'm Rowdy with Total Energy Management. For 40 years, we've been keeping the Tri-Cities comfortable with top-notch heating and air conditioning services. We take pride in delivering exceptional service and unbeatable deals. Right now, you can save big with up to $4,900 in rebates and tax credits on a new Carrier heating and cooling system. So turn to the experts at Total Energy Management to ensure your house has the perfect temperature year-round. Visit teminc.com or call 946-4500 to learn more.
It's employee pricing with the Ford crew.
Employee pricing across a full lineup.
Fun fact, Hank, Ford assembles the most vehicles in the country.
Another fun fact, everyone pays what we pay.
So, you get employee pricing. You get employee pricing. You get employee pricing.
Stem.
Yeah?
Everyone gets employee pricing.
You get employee pricing.
Now get employee pricing available across a full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. Employee pricing, you pay what we pay. Only from your local Ford dealer.
Lather, rinse, repeat. It never feels like enough. It's not your products, it's your water. Culligan water softeners prevent damaging hard water buildup, revitalizing your hair and skin. Upgrade your routine with Culligan.
Stacy Lee, KFKView First Alert Weather. Watch weeknights.
Welcome back, 525. In your entertainment headlines this morning, the Met Gala returned to New York last night. Did
All
you
over social media,
see any
everywhere.
of it?
This is going to be
You're
the
going to
first
see it
time.
now.
Yep.
All right, for the first time. So every year it draws celebrities to the Metropolitan Museum of Art for dinner and drinks, but let's face it, it's mostly for fashion, and there's always a theme.
And the theme this year was called Tailored for You. It's always inspired by their spring exhibit, and this year that's called Superfine Tailoring Black Style, which focused on classic tailored looks, and this was also the first Met show to focus exclusively on black designers, and the first in more than 20 years to have a menswear theme.
The event was hosted by editor-in-chief of Vogue, Anna Wintour, also actor Coleman Domingo, British race car driver Lewis Hamilton, rapper Aesop Rocky, and musical and creative director of Louis Vuitton, Pharrell Williams. LeBron James served as honorary chair, but was unable to make it because of his injuries.
And of course, the unforgettable looks was the talk of the town.
Yes, it's the biggest night, of course, in fashion. Celebrities pull out all the stops to impress. But here on Good Morning Northwest, we have our own scoreboard.
That's right. We're diving into the most daring, dazzling, and downright head-scratching outfits of the night. So let's break it down.
All right, first up we have Sabrina Carpenter, who was having no nonsense as she turned the Met Gala into her own personal runway. The no pants look was big.
The no pants, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
There was a number of no pants scenarios.
So rating 1 through 10.
So I think this is perfectly on trend for her look, her vibe. If you see any of her shows, her concerts, this is what she wears, and it fit the theme. I loved the tailored suiting theme that you saw throughout so many different outfits, and Sabrina's being one of them. What do you think, Josh? Pants or no pants?
Pants or no I'll just plead the fifth on that one. She looks great.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it a 6.
Solid 6?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a little safe for her, to be honest.
Yeah,
because it
I
kind of
agree.
looks like
I saw a meme saying
what
she
she
looks like the
normally
green
wears.
M&M, and I love the memes that came out, which I love. I love
He
Sabrina Carpenter.
absolutely does look like the green M&M.
Okay,
Who do we have next?
Oh, come on.
Yes.
The queen.
Brought the house down.
Yes,
with this.
Diana Ross serving all the looks. She ate all the way up that carpet, left no crumbs. Legend at the Met Gala. She said, excuse me, it's my turn.
Yeah, there were pictures being shown of other celebrities, and she was just in the back and just kept stealing the show in every single picture.
Well, how could you not? I mean, her train was the entire length of the stairs, exactly. And we saw a lot of trains, a lot of kind of those arm
which you should
wrap
do. You
scenarios.
should be theatrical. This is the place to do it, right, Josh?
Agreed. Take the words right
1
out of
through
my
10.
mouth.
What do you say?
1 through 10.
1 through 10.
Diana
Diana Ross is a legend, so 10.
11.
All day long, right? There is no rating scale.
Yeah.
That she could even.
Who are we to even
hold
rate
the candle
anyways?
to? I know.
Well,
yeah.
We're Good Morning
Who are
Northwest,
we?
so we're gonna do it anyways. All right, who do we have?
Next.
All right, and last but certainly not least, he's sorry, Miss Jackson, but not when it comes to this outfit. Andre 3000 showed up to the Met with his signature unique style.
Well, baby grand on his back.
I love it.
I love it. It's so classically him, and he actually dropped an album last night.
What?
With music.
Okay, well I need to
played
go
on the
listen to it.
piano.
He should have just put it down, play
I
it
know.
right there.
Isn't that great?
No, it's just a prop. Just a backpack.
Just a recent inductee, actually, into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Look at that, as he should. Yeah, 10 for me.
I know. Honestly, I think this year, with kind of that classic suiting vibe behind everything, for me, I feel like I saw more hits than misses.
Me too. Yeah.
I liked the structure of a lot of things.
Anyone that really overdid it, I thought did great.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be safe here.
No, and there were a couple that I felt were a little too safe, where I thought, well, I feel like that's what they would wear. Gigi Hadid, Sabrina Carpenter I thought was a little safe, even though classic with the theme.
Yeah.
That's what she wears. Same with Chappell Roan.
Yeah, looked like a normal day for her.
Looked like a normal day for her. So you need to get
He's got a lot of thoughts. He's just, not saying them out loud.
Andre 3000, that's a 10. I love Outkast. Shout out to Big Boy.
Is that your buddy, Big Boy?
my BFF, Big
Yeah,
Boy.
all right.
Yes.
Hey, still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. When we come back, we're talking about some arrests made on campus after protests at the University of Washington again. Why protesters say Boeing's military ties are to blame.
And a heads up to chocolate lovers, the sweet treat may come with a hidden danger. We have what to check for in your pantry, and that's coming up in your next half hour. But first, here are your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, Waymo is ramping up production of its robo-taxis. The company says it will use its new plant in Mesa, Arizona to double its output by the end of next year. And it's planning to start building its more advanced robo-taxis at the same facility later this year. OpenAI has reportedly agreed to buy AI-assisted coding tool Windsurf for $3 billion. If the deal goes through, it would be the company's biggest acquisition to date. For now, it will not impact how ChatGPT works. OpenAI also announced it will abandon its initial plan to become a for-profit company. Finally, Major League Soccer is teaming up with video game maker Electronic Arts. The company's mobile gaming platform will show 4 MLS matches this season. That includes 2 this month, 2 in September. It's the first time EA will ever live stream a sporting event. Those are your Tech Bites.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on home insurance by checking Allstate first.
All right, Dad, you ready?
Like to check under the carpet first, before ripping it all out.
Hardwood in 3, 2, 1. It's okay. It's under the time of year.
Yeah, checking first is smart.
You can put it back. I'm out.
So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Exhaustipated. When you're tired of your backed up gut and you need fast relief. New Mirafast works naturally with your body in as little as 30 minutes. New Mirafast acts faster, works gently.
Febreze. Have you tried these Febreze Carb Vent clips? The intensity dial gives you total control. I could turn it up. That smells good. Or turn it down. Nice and light. Enjoy 40 days of freshness your way.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Tuesday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, Josh, did you get it correct yesterday, that 3-degree guarantee?
I did, so we're getting closer to that.
So close, you can taste it.
Of $500. I don't want to jinx it, so let's just go ahead and get right into it. 3-degree guarantee, sponsored by our friends at the Legends Casino and Hotel. Yesterday, I went with the forecast high 75 in Pasco Tri-Cities and a verified at 74, so the jackpot went up to $425. So here's the deal for today. I'm going with a forecast high of 78 in Pasco Tri-Cities. If it verifies between 75 to 81, the jackpot's going to go up to $450. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalleynewsnow.com, clicking on the contest page. You can scan the QR code. It's on your screen. Now what's on your screen is a baseball diamond. A live look at Pasco. This view coming courtesy of the Dust Devils. Looks like they are doing some work to the diamond this morning. And it's going to end up being another fantastic day, just like yesterday was. Now it's a little chilly for this morning. 30s and 40s for lower elevations. 30s and 40s up in the Cascades. 20s and 30s for the Blues. So it could be a little bit frosty down this way. But here's your hour-by-hour forecast for today for the Tri-Cities. Lots of sunshine. Going to be into the mid-60s as soon as 10 this morning. morning, and then up into the 70s at the peak of daytime heating. Will actually end up being a few degrees warmer than normal for the 6th of May, which means mid-70s in the Kittitas Valley and in the Blue Foothills, and right around 80 degrees in the Yakima Valley and in the lower Columbia Basin. I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's very beautiful forecast. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
We begin this half hour of news out of the University of Washington. Last night, more than 24 pro-Palestinian protesters were arrested after occupying an engineering building. They're demanding that ties be cut with Boeing. So this group entered the interdisciplinary engineering building, partially funded by Boeing, just before closing. Around 30 people were arrested for trespassing, property damage, and facing other charges as well. Protesters also called for the building to be renamed after a Gazan teen killed in an airstrike.
In Yakima, new numbers from the Bureau of Reclamation show irrigation demands in the Yakima Basin won't be fully met this season. The latest water supply forecast for May through September shows senior water rights will be met in full, but those with junior rights are expected to receive just 51% of their entitlements. Officials say this is based on current stream flows, precipitation, snowpack, and reservoir levels as of May 1st. And turning to Pasco now, where the final day for candidates to file for office is this Friday, but one candidate isn't waiting until the last minute.
That's right. The mayor says he's not hanging up his hat just yet as he announced his re-election campaign. Our Monique Ledesma reports on what inspired him to make that decision.
Mayor Pete Turano says he wants to stay on board as the city works to solidify its next city manager and as other new leadership roles step in, like the planning department's new director of economic development. Mayor Serrano also says he wants to continue to be a part of the growth of the city.
Of course, we have the Broadmoor development. We have, the water park coming in. We have all the other development that's happening throughout the city. So it's just, there's a lot of stuff that's kind of a delicate balance, and I felt like the continuity from the council, including myself, was really helpful.
Mayor Serrano says he is also working on ways to collaborate with other local elected officials.
One of the things that I've been trying to do is making sure that I have time with the mayors of the other cities and the Tri-Cities, including West Richland when we can. So, I think there's an opportunity to really work across the board and across the river so that we have some sort of continuity of Tri-Cities.
With several years of serving the city as a council member and mayor, Serrano says he wants to be able to continue to give back.
I've got a track record of serving the city for 8 years, and I think I've been a very good voice for my district, the city as well. But I think the folks in my district kind of have very similar, they like my representation of them. I think, again, the fact that I ran unopposed speaks volumes of the folks that may have wanted to challenge me and say, hey, he's doing the right thing.
Mayor Serrano says at the end of the day, he wouldn't be able to announce his re-election campaign without those close to his heart.
When we had those conversations, consistently hearing, yeah, we support you, we like what you're doing, and it matters to us. And really that last one being it matters to us was kind of the thing that pushed me over and said, okay, it's not just something that they're doting on, but something they see having a value in their community.
Mayor Serrano says he plans to work on getting the right businesses and assets to be added to the Broadmoor development area. Reporting in Pasco, Monique Ledesma, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Monique. Now, if not reelected, his term will be up by the end of this year.
And so far, no one has announced a run against him, of course. We'll keep you updated on all the happenings. All right, 5:38, and a Richland teen is facing a life-changing injury after a trampoline accident that happened in his own backyard.
Now, 16-year-old David Sample was attempting a backflip when he landed on his neck, leaving him paralyzed from the waist down. His father, Ray Sample, tells us that despite the shock, David is keeping his spirits high. He's now raising funds through a GoFundMe to support his son's recovery and adaptive needs.
One of the hardest things, I think, is going through the realization that life won't be the same and hoping that his friends will still want to include him in the things that they've included him in the past. And so, there's been that kind of struggle with that. But even through that, he's that positive, like, hey, I'm going to make the most of life, and this isn't going to change who I am. It's just going to be part of my journey.
He says there is hope that David could walk again and wants parents to know that you can't live in fear.
And you can find the link to David's GoFundMe on our website. That's applevalleyNewsNow.com, and also on our Facebook page, and also the Facebook page Prayers for David.
5:39, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. May is full of major holidays. Between Memorial Day and Mother's Day, your wallet just might feel the effects. Coming up in today's Consumer Report, we take a look at what to buy this month. Plus, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert will have another look at your first alert forecast. It is 5:39. We're back after the break.
Operation Best Friend, sponsored by the Manthei Group Cross Country Mortgage.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
When it comes to legal matters, you need someone you can trust. At Morphine Law Firm, we are sincerely grateful for the last 5 years of trust and support you've given our firm. Your trust and support have been a major driving force behind our mission for justice. We offer free consultations, and we may not always tell you what you want to hear, but we try to steer you in the right direction. We appreciate your continued trust and confidence in Morphine Law Firm.
Hi there, I'm Stacy Lee, and it's time again for the Great American Flag Swap. Bring your worn or tattered U.S. flag to Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking in Kennewick, May 20th, and swap it for a brand new Made in the USA American flag as we celebrate America.
At Rick's Custom Fencing and Decking, we take pride in honoring the American flag. As Memorial Day approaches, we remember those who have served for our country. Our commitment to quality craftsmanship, superior service, and community support is a reflection of our love for this great nation. Join us this Memorial Day in honoring those who serve.
Looking to explore the beauty of this great nation? Then you'll need a reliable and comfortable RV. There's always RV shows. But have you thought about the crowds, the long lines, the high admission fees? Is it really worth it? At Broadmoor RV, we're here to help you save some dough and skip the show. With our top-notch customer service and on-site financing options, it's easy to get the RV of your dreams. Come to Broadmoor and get the best deals and service around and find the perfect RV for your adventures.
Got a family reunion in the works? Make it unforgettable at Beaver Valley Lodge. With cozy rooms, beautiful mountain views, and plenty of space to gather, it's the perfect place to reconnect and make new memories. Book direct with us and get 10% off. That means more savings for barbecues, bonfires, and all those late-night laughs. So skip the middleman and book direct today, because great reunions start with the perfect place to stay. Beaver Valley Lodge. Come as a guest and leave as a friend.
The object of my affection is Chastity Sneed, my brother's girlfriend.
I don't know what to do.
I just don't want to see anybody get hurt.
Watch where you're going.
Chastity?
You got 1 hour to send us 15 million.
This week on GMA, it's time to celebrate moms.
Love it.
This morning, Robin goes back to her childhood home in Mississippi to be with her siblings as they celebrate their amazing mother.
Oh, to see Mama like this. Okay.
This morning on Good Morning America.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. And if yesterday's forecast was any indication, we'll have another beautiful day on tap for today. We start off in Kittitas County. We'll be around 70 up towards Snoqualmie Pass, around 75 for Ellensburg. A little bit breezy today with winds out of the south and east gusting around 20 to 25 miles per hour, especially up in the Cascades. Then in the Yakima Valley, could have some breezes gusting out of the north and east around 20 miles per hour. Lots of sunshine, highs in the mid to upper 70s. Then in the lower Columbia Basin, we'll have winds here gusting out of the north and east up around 25 miles per hour, and highs mostly in the mid to upper 70s, potentially even some low 80s. Then for the Blue Foothills, light winds here, the same thing for the Blue Mountains, will be in the mid 70s, mostly in the mid 70s in the Blue Foothills, and then up into the 60s in the higher terrain of the Blue Mountains. Also lots of sunshine, just a very nice day ahead of us. Okay, let's talk about the big picture, the snowpack deficits and surpluses we're tracking for this time of the year. We start off in the Cascades, where these basins are all really suffering, especially the upper Yakima and the lower Yakima basins. We're 45 to 55%, if not a little bit more, below where we should be for this time of the year. That's certainly concerning. And then the big basin in the Blues, that would be the Umatilla, Walla Walla, and Willow watersheds, about 25% below where they should be for this time of the year in terms of the snowpack, which is obviously disconcerting. We do have a little bit of rainfall on the way, which kind of ties into the water picture at large. It's not much, but it's some. I'll tell you how much coming up in a few minutes.
5:44 in your consumer headlines this morning. May is blooming with bargains as retailers roll out deals to celebrate moms, honor our heroes, and help shoppers navigate rising and unpredictable prices.
That's right, and Consumer Reports rounded up the best bargains on some of their top-rated products so that you can make your money go further this month.
Mother's Day is May 11th, and retailers are making it easy to show your love with markdowns on products mom is sure to adore.
Sales for Mother's Day usually focus on giftable items. Aside from jewelry and beauty products, we often see discounts on tech like fitness trackers and Bluetooth speakers.
For the moms who rock, this Sony portable Bluetooth speaker is on sale at Walmart and Best Buy. CR says this versatile model delivers satisfying sound with decent volume. It's also water resistant and has a claimed 25-hour battery life. Take advantage of early Memorial Day sales to get gifts for all the moms in your life.
We do see some store-wide discounts for Memorial Day, but sales really tend to focus on large appliances, seasonal products, and especially mattresses.
While the deepest discounts usually hit on Memorial Day weekend, the price of this Queen Essentia organic mattress has dropped on the company's website. CR's tests found that this eco-friendly latex foam model offers excellent support for back sleepers and solid support for side sleepers, because every mom deserves a good night's sleep. Some moms love to get their hands dirty, so why not spring for a string trimmer on sale this season? This top-rated Ego model is marked down at Amazon. CR says it offers stellar performance, an easy-to-load trimmer head, and is quieter than most. And if mom is the chef in your home, CR says this Blackstone flat-top grill is one of the best, and it's on sale at Amazon. It heats up quickly and maintains temperatures on both low and high heat. So this May, take advantage of the sales and the chance to show the moms and heroes in your life just how much you appreciate them. Happy shopping. This is Marcy Whalen.
And we can't forget the grads either.
Nope.
Get ready for graduation and all those gifts.
Yep.
Okay.
And all the proms going on.
And all the proms.
Sometimes you need a gift for that.
Well, of course. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We have your morning sprint and everything you need to know as you head out the door this morning, and giving you that live look outside from the Dust Devils Stadium in Pasco. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth will be back with your full First Alert forecast after the break. It's 5:47.
Okay, so you didn't win the new Car Legends giveaway in April. But guess what? The Palace of Prizes continues in May, where you could win a new Kia K5 as part of our 27th anniversary month. Use your Legends rewards card to earn entries for our Thursday drawings. Win up to $10,000 in cash at 9 p.m. Then come in on May 29th for a chance to win a new Kia K5. Hey, we know you had to spend that tax refund on new gutters for the house. This month, it's time to park a new ride in front of your Palace. Only at Legends Casino Hotel.
It's not easy being Mariano Morales' horse. He needs to ride to clients all the time. He does take care of them. He gets the insurance company to pay for medical bills, car repairs, even money for pain and suffering. Looks like it's going to be another busy day. Better get warmed up. After all, I am his best friend.
Hurt in a car wreck? Give me a call.
Big or small, we work them all.
I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
It's employee pricing with the Ford crew.
Employee pricing across a full lineup.
Fun fact, Hank, Ford assembles the most vehicles in the country.
Another fun fact, everyone pays what we pay.
So, you get employee pricing. You get employee pricing. You get employee pricing.
Sam.
Yeah?
Everyone gets employee pricing.
You get employee pricing.
Now get employee pricing available across a full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. Employee pricing, you pay what we pay. Only from your local Ford dealer.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
Looking for a trusted professional to guide you through your real estate endeavors? Carrie Lundgren with River Realty is ready to guide you through the process. As a lifelong Tri-Cities resident with 35 years real estate experience, she has the knowledge, dedication, and enthusiasm to make your real estate dreams come true. Whether you are buying your first home, moving up or scaling back, or looking for an investment, she has got you covered. Call Carrie today at 509-948-0580 and start making your dreams a reality.
This is the place where Stanley Cup dreams come true.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial Health Spine Center. Visit prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Stacy Lee, Capkey View First Alert Weather. Watch tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Yesterday was a fantastic day to be outside, and today is going to be just the same. Lots of sunshine out there. High temperatures that'll be a few degrees warmer than normal for the 6th of May. That means 70s and perhaps even some low 80s for lower elevations, 50s and 60s up in the mountains. Wind's going to be a little bit breezy today, gusting mainly out of the north and east. Could have some south and east for the Kittitas Valley and up in the Cascades. Pretty light winds for the Blue Foothills and the Blue Mountains, but even where we do see breezes, they'll likely peak between 15 to 25 miles per hour, so nothing too fantastic. Then for tonight, we'll have mostly clear skies, if not completely clear. Overnight lows dropping down into the 40s for lower elevations, 30s and 40s up in the mountains. Then for tomorrow, we'll deal with a much stronger round of wind gusts. 2 p.m. on Wednesday to 2 in the morning on Thursday. That's going to be the main time frame. I know it's a broad time frame. That's just the way winds work sometimes. And especially in the Kittitas Valley and for US 97 at Salish Pass, that's where we could see some of our strongest wind gusts peaking around 50 to 55 miles per hour. And that's going to come along with the storm system that could bring us some rain chances, not very much, but let's go ahead and let's put this into motion with Futurecast radar. This is by the time we get to 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock Wednesday. I think the Cascades are going to catch a lot of this moisture, but I also think that Futurecast radar is underselling the shower and thunderstorm potential for the valleys, for the basin, for the foothills, and for the Blues. It's going to be about a 70% chance of showers and thunderstorms in the Cascades, about a 10 to 30% chance of that for those other locations I talked about, with the best chances of thunderstorms, at least for lower elevations, being in the Blue Foothills, and then also some of that could carry over into the Blue Mountains. But in general, this forecast pretty dry over the next 7 days up until Sunday and Monday. It gets a little bit more unsettled at that point. We'll have more to say about that later this week. High temperatures, they go up, they go down, they go back up, they go back down. That's going to be the story over the next 7 days. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. A dry forecast ahead with fluctuating high temperatures. Our warmest days will be Wednesday and Saturday. In Yakima, windy for Wednesday, then calmer Thursday and Friday. More breezes expected this weekend. In Ellensburg, another round of strong winds for Wednesday afternoon and evening. Looks like more of that could be in store for Sunday and Monday. Then for Hermiston, we'll keep the forecast warm and dry through Saturday. Then some shower chances could creep back in for Sunday and Monday. Then for Walla Walla, sunshine in 70s and 80s through Saturday. Trending cooler with shower and thunderstorm chances going up Sunday and Monday.
Now, the morning sprint.
5:52 and time for your morning sprint with the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. A local firefighter who was out rescuing people needed to be rescued himself. It happened just yesterday afternoon on the Yakima River at the Wanawish Dam. Crews had successfully rescued 2 kayakers who were caught in the dam's undercurrent, but during that rescue, the fireboat became trapped in the current. Benton County Sheriff's Office deployed a jet boat to help rescue the stranded firefighter, and officials say everyone was safe.
And a surprising catch in Oregon. Wildlife officials say a Chinese mitten crab was pulled from the Columbia River. This was near Tongue Point, and it's the first confirmed sighting of the invasive species in the Pacific Northwest. Officials believe the crab may have been illegally released. The species has caused major problems in areas like infrastructure damage.
And more than 24 pro-Palestinian protesters were arrested at the University of Washington last night. The group occupied an engineering building, demanding that the university cut ties with Boeing over its defense contracts. Campus and city police cleared the building hours later. Charges now include trespassing and property damage.
Water officials say irrigation supplies in the Yakima Basin will fall short this year. And according to the latest forecast, senior water rights will get full access, but junior water right holders will only receive about 51% of their expected water. The prediction is based on current snowpack, precipitation, and reservoir levels.
A new law in Washington will ban the use of certain wild animals in traveling circuses. It all goes into effect this July. Elephants, bears, wildcats, and monkeys will no longer be allowed to perform. Lawmakers say the change is about public safety and animal welfare. Violators could face gross misdemeanor crimes and a fine of up to $5,000. And in your national headlines this morning, one of Pope Francis's Pope-mobiles will become a mobile healthcare unit for children in the Gaza Strip. The Vatican's official media says that the transformation of the Pope-mobile was one of the late pontiff's final wishes. The vehicle was used during his 2014 visit to the Holy Land. It's now being outfitted with medical equipment for diagnosis, examination, and treatment of children in the war-torn enclave. It will be sent to Gaza once safe access is feasible.
And in your business news, Ford says it does not expect its car prices to significantly rise in the U.S. due to recent auto tariffs. The automaker announcing the new tariffs will cost the company $1.5 billion this year. Company officials say they expect U.S. car prices to increase 1 or 1.5% in the second half of the year. Ford is currently selling off its inventory of imported cars, and those arrived before tariffs took effect last month. They've extended their employee pricing offer for everyone through the 4th of July. In your health news, a new survey finds that close to half of all Americans either forget or choose not to wash their hands at appropriate times. That includes after a trip to the grocery store, a restaurant, or a doctor's office visit. The survey says dirty hands can lead to the spread of germs and potentially cause illnesses. The findings are based on roughly 3,600 adults.
In your sports headlines this morning, the Mariners faced off against the Oakland Athletics last night. It was a grueling battle and close calls throughout the game, but Seattle came up short, losing to the A's 6-7.
Now, trending this morning, researchers may have solved an astronomical mystery, the source of gold in the cosmos. So previously, the cosmic production of gold has only been linked to neutron star collisions.
I didn't know any of this was even a thing.
Same.
Neutron stars are the remnants of the cores from exploded stars and are incredibly dense. What's that? Magnetars?
Magnetars?
Okay. Are highly magnetized neutron stars, and they're believed to have first appeared over 13 billion years ago. They occasionally unleash an enormous amount of radiation due to starquakes.
For the study, the researchers looked at archival gamma ray data from NASA and the European Space Agency of the last observed giant magnetar flare, which was back in 2004. They say the gamma ray resembled what the creation and distribution of heavy elements such as gold would look like in a giant magnetar flare.
Nothing like that to make you feel so small.
So tiny.
Yeah.
I just liked all the images.
The pictures, yeah.
Those were really
like
cool.
Some cool clip art, but no, those are neutrons.
Cool
or whatever.
Space stuff.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
Science rules.
Love it. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Irrigation cuts are coming up in your 6 o'clock hour. We're going to let you know how this season's Yakima Basin forecast could affect farmers and crops.
Plus, a small crab found in the Columbia River is causing big problems, and we have the details all coming up in your 6 o'clock hour. And Josh, what are you tracking?
Yeah, I'm tracking some beautiful weather for today, then another round of very gusty winds for tomorrow, specifically during the afternoon, evening, and overnight. I'll tell you who could see the strongest wind gusts coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.